All right, welcome once more to another Alexandra Mayers live interview. And today I have David Gunn on the phone with me from the band King 810. How are you doing tonight, David?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. Now, I initially got a press release from your PR company in regards to your new song, La Petite Mort. And that's a really cool song. It reminded me a little bit of the music from that movie, Queen of the Damned. What inspired you to write that song? Because it's pretty intense.
Um, yeah, as far as the lyrical content, um, a lot of our songs revolve around life growing up as kids here in Flint, which you can find it in a lot of our songs. But as far as stylistically, the song, I think what you're referring to, just the style of the song, it is kind of just like storytelling, like stream of consciousness, kind of almost trance styles with a lot of storytelling in it. So it doesn't pay much mind to conventional structure of a quick verse and a pre-chorus and a chorus and then a whatever pop structure song. So it kind of, it's really long, so it kind of lends itself to some more storytelling to where I can actually say, things I want to say without the typical confines of a song as far as the style of the whole structure of the song goes.
Well, that's interesting because so many artists now, they're all about, trying to get as much of a following as possible by being as traditional as possible. And your band really is about as non-traditional as one can be, especially being that you decided to incorporate pornography into your video. So what brought you to make that decision? Because I think it's only been done one other time, but I'm not sure. Maybe you guys are the first, but it's very well done. And I think that the press release said that you directed it yourself.
Yeah, so I do the directing for our videos. Partly because, to answer your question, when writing the songs, we'll often put together the video idea, or even if it's not a video idea at the time, and it just is something like a personality for the song, like a visual, and for even for a song that may not have a music video, so there might be colors and moods and movies and a personality kind of attached to the song, and that was this song's personality, and it has a lot of meanings that I could talk at length for hours about. But when we were putting together the song itself, I knew that in the best case scenario, the dream scenario, if I were to have my way, which is how I try to think of things, it would be a pornography video, which it didn't. Most of the time when I have these concepts, they don't make 100% sense as far as, like, I don't have a lot of references. If I get that kind of idea, I don't think about who has done it before or how we're going to do it like this person or that person. So most of the time when I get something that it kind of strikes a nerve even with myself, I know that I'm kind of heading in the right direction, so I got to kind of chase the impulse when I get it, and if I'm kind of indifferent about it, or if it doesn't create that kind of stimulus when I think of the idea, then I know it's probably a bad idea. It's probably what people might expect for a video for a song like this. But I wanted to say a bunch of things. I mean, to answer the short answer to your question, it would be that putting together the song, we were putting the video together with it. We didn't necessarily know how we were going to get anything like this done because we've never done a porno before, but you kind of think of best case scenario and try to just make it happen, and it just takes a little work and a lot of balls, because obviously a lot of the choices that we make aren't the most PC or popular consensus choices.
Well, that's why I like the choices that you've made, actually, because because you guys are doing what you want to do, and it doesn't seem like you're taking direction from, I'll just say, the powers that control America at this point in time. So it's good. It's good. I also really like your promotional photo where it's like you guys are sitting at what appears to be the Last Supper. Who came up with that idea?
Yeah, that was for this last video called Alpha and Omega, for the first song that we rolled out this record with. And again, that was, as far as the artistic design and direction, I usually come up with all of that stuff again when creating the song. So that was another, that kind of struck another nerve, and a lot of the video content has to do with all of the molestation stuff with the Catholic priests and the hundreds of millions of dollars that they use yearly to suppress molesting boys and kids and things like that. So the video kind of deals with that, and also has some other themes. And again, I could talk for a couple hours about that video as well, but it's really weird because people kind of have the same response or reaction to that when it happened, which is really kind of strange because they seem to think these things are controversial. Like when we released it, they said it was controversial. No, when we did this pornography video, they said the same thing. And it's strange that talking about old men molesting boys and paying to cover it up is controversial.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm actually look, I can talk about that for hours too, because right now I'm actually involved in a civil suit revolving around me being accused of defaming somebody, but the law firm that is suing me specializes in defending pedophiles. And I revealed that back in 2013. So look, everything you're saying, I hear you. You're very on point with what you're doing, and I think this is the perfect time. I believe that there's a lot more to synchronicity in life, and there seems to be a lot of artists right now who are very concerned about the pedophilia problem in the world, and it's starting to come out. So, whether you're influenced by anyone else or not, I think that it sounds to me like you are tapped into, I guess, what I can label as the matrix. And I think it's really good that you are tackling this subject matter, because it's something that's concealed, and it's something that our world needs to heal from, and it's something that has to come to a close. So,
yeah, I definitely agree, and I think it is kind of a matrix, even without all the bells and whistles, because it's almost just so common sense. That's like,
yeah.
If you can find someone that agrees with this,
I think it's wonderful. I think it's
crazy.
Well, it's not. And you know what? The powers that be that control America, that's just how I'm going to put it. They want you to think that you are crazy when you tackle these issues, because, there's a lot of money, and not just money, but evil attached.
Well, I get all that stuff. When it comes to money, I understand what people are doing, like the law firm that you mentioned,
Yeah.
It's easy to understand someone trying to protect a pedophile because there's money, or the Catholic paying to cover up. I understand money. I know that when it's a motive, but I'm just talking about in general. Like, there's not, if you take the money out of the equation, I just can't imagine that there's someone out there that just agrees with molesting kids.
Unfortunately, there is. That same law firm, the attorney decided to write an essay defending the concept of child pornography. Seriously.
Okay.
Yeah, there's evil. Evil is real, and it's bad. Yeah. But anyway, let's get back to you. Let's get back to now. Do you have a website for King 810? Is there like an official website?
Yeah, it's just that .com, king810.com.
All right. Now the last question I have is, do you? Well, you might not even know now, because it depends on what your creative process is like. But do you think that you're going to showcase adult actors and actresses in any of your additional videos in the future?
I do know that it was probably going into it not knowing anything about what we were doing. I mean, we know how to shoot videos, but having never done this before, it was the simplest, easiest, and most kind of it was the simplest shoot we've ever done. It was the easiest shoot we've ever done. It's the most, I guess, the least amount of any kind of, I can't think of the word.
Preparation or drama?
I don't know. Like there was no. I just got done doing something, so I'm kind of all over the place.
No, it's okay.
It was the most carefree, simple, easy, absolutely no kind of snags, no problem kind of shoot. It was we started late, finished early. It was definitely way easier than you might have, think it would be working and that kind of thing. But so with that being said, it definitely wasn't a terrible experience. It was actually on my list of really good experiences. So I definitely wouldn't want to stay away from doing it again if it called for it, or if there was if it came up in its organically in some kind of process, whether it be for some kind of video or some kind of other thing we were doing. I definitely wouldn't rule it out because it was enjoyable in every way,
Awesome. All right, well, I'm going to leave it at that, but I definitely, if you don't mind, I'd love to have you on my little show again in the future if you ever have the time, because awesome. You have a lot of great things to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this could be kind of like a preface, like a little intro.
Nice.
Before we get into something.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the truth. God made me in his image. Who the fuck made you? You want my voice from me, you can have it. Just know I sound like this because the devil has my throat. I make your insides shift. That is my gift. The sea parts and then comes the flood, and men have died to make this. You can't imitate shit. The talent I have, I paid for in blood. I can tell you about things you'll die never having known, and I can take you places you could never ever go. And I've been there, so just know that death comes slow and life goes fast. Before you know it, it's through with your ass. Bitch, I am the powers that be. I am Christ crucified on the T. I am the Alpha and the Omega. Messiah, the gnashing of teeth. No one meets death until they see me. I am the Alpha and the Omega. So this is what you wanna carry this curse and have to cover your skin cause the blowing wind hurts? You want your childhood taken from you? You wanna feel someone's soul leave their body through their knife wounds? I make your insides shift. That is my gift. The sea parts and then comes the flood, and men have died to make this. You can't imitate shit. The talent I have, I paid for in blood. Bitch,